by normal people, just like me and you. And everything from the other side of the argument, you've got to have a $60 million a day budget to try to pull off. And I don't know too many people that are living that nice. So it's kind of like if you've ever been in court, spent any time in court, everything from the Glober side of the argument is hearsay. Like it's third party, uh, and no regular guy can try to repeat those experiments.
Mhm. Yeah, we're like flying to the space.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I mean, like let's say they're doing low Earth orbit, which is what, like 400 miles, or like the ISS is what, 225 miles, something like that.
I
Like
just
how
saw
it
the
how it
ISS go fast.
how does it go fast?
Huh? Go past.
What
Like go past in the sky. Because it
I
orbits
think.
around the round Earth.
Well,
My bad.
if you plot the coordinates of the ISS path on a azimuthal equidistant map, it creates a perfect toroidal field.
Bro, you don't actually believe this shit that you're telling us right now, right?
120%.
That's
I mean, you can plot it yourself. I've plotted it, so
Can you show
you know.
us your evidence?
I mean, I'm doing 60 down the highway right now. If you give me about an hour, I can.
That's crazy. Okay.
You really shouldn't be in the skull, bro. But alright. Happy for
Bluetooth.
you,
I mean, Bluetooth is a thing.
Alright.
Fair enough.
What do you think about the Artemis 2 mission that happened like a month ago?
I think that a 15-year-old kid can take a camera and give me better pictures of the moon than they gave me. The other
Alright,
problem
so,
is if
so
you go
you
to
think just
NASA.
the moon landing and all that was just fake?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we each have more computing power in our pockets than they had at NASA in totality.
Well, yeah, because it was the 20th century.
And they conveniently lost all the telemetry and footage and technology on how to go back. So 1969, when you had landlines and rabbit ear antennas on your TV, we could do it. But today they have a hard time doing it.
Don't you think it would have been very hard to keep it a secret if tens of thousands of people who worked on it would keep it a secret? I'm
So
sure someone would leak it.
I think people
There are lots
sitting
of
in the
people saying
control
that they
room.
leak it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people sitting in the control room looking at the telemetry, which is obviously faked, actually believe that
It
they're
has been
doing it.
lost.
Yeah, but what about the other people that helped work on the rocket?
Well, I
And
mean,
the people of the public who saw it go up.
how many
The rockets
people would
exist,
have
man.
to be? How many people would have to be in on it to convince you that Santa Claus was real? And you believed that until what age?
It doesn't even make sense with
That's
gravity.
zero correlation. Zero correlation.
It
We
takes
went from
millions
Apollo
and
11 to
millions.
Santa Claus. That's crazy.
It takes hundreds of millions of people to keep that a
Look, it
secret.
doesn't even make sense. Gravity pulls everything in, so it just results in a spherical shape. You can't
So
get a flat
can you
Earth. That's
can
physically
you
not possible.
show me proof of gravity? There still is none.
What do you mean? Show you proof of gravity?
I mean, I'm sorry you guys have a hard
You're
time
s-
understanding, and it's
Well, one
mind
sec. Let me
blowing.
turn my camera on. Let me turn my camera on. One sec.
Yeah, you're blowing the mind, bro. Yeah, guys.
proof of gravity.
You're taking lots of
God,
things for
man.
granted, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you know,
gravity is
because
supposedly mass attracts mass. Yet you can take two pool balls and hang them from 300-foot strings
Whoa.
and put them a millimeter apart, and they will never touch.
Yeah, cause forces, bro. That's not how it works.
Yes, what is gravity? It's mass attracts mass, is it not?
Yeah, but bigger mass attracts bigger attracts more. So you gotta take that into consideration. There are more
I
forces
did
than
with
just
the, I
gravity.
did with
And
a.
you know you didn't. If you put two objects near each other, they're not gonna pull each other because they're
Those
massive.
two objects are both made of mass, are they not?
Yeah, but they're getting pulled stronger to the Earth's core because the Earth's gravity is bigger than the gravity of the object you're placing there or whatever. So
There's
it's
not a
staying in
limitation
place.
on the size of the mass. Mass attracts mass, regardless if that mass is a grain of sand or a sphere that's 24,000 miles in circumference. I mean,
It
I get it. You
does
sound
matter.
like
It
you're in high
really does
school,
matter.
and it's hard to
You're
understand these things with such a young brain, but you'll get it one day.
young. You'll get it. What are you talking about, my man? You're gonna lock me in there.
What are you talking
Well,
about? Can you
can
explain
I
like
just ask
gravity
you
to us?
about? I ask
Yep.
you one thing. Why do you believe that there is a flat Earth? Why?
So I was able to observe a 180-foot tall lighthouse at 62 miles. How's that possible?
Was that possible?
Because
Because
the
you
Earth's
saw it.
pretty big,
Yeah,
Well, do the
because the
math.
Earth is
Well,
pretty big.
pretty spread out.
Well, do the math. Do the math. There should have been like 6,000 feet of curvature between me and that lighthouse.
Did you
My guy,
see
that's
the very bottom of the lighthouse?
A 180-foot tall lighthouse, and my eyes were about 10 feet above the water.
yeah. Well,
Why can't you see the
because
Eiffel
if it's
Tower on
good
a clear
weather,
day? Why can't you see the
Because
Eiffel
of
Tower on a clear day?
because of the density of the air. There is moisture in the air. Now, on a clear day, if you watch the Weather Channel, they say, "Oh, today's visibility is 16 miles." What do you think they're talking about? That's how far you can see through the air because that's the clear day.
yep. No, everything you're talking about is wrong.
Right, the guy
Okay,
who's
so
speaking now, man.
do the
Let me just
math.
say this, man. I'm sure you've never done any experiment and you've taken like the formulas and everything from school, right? You just take that for granted. Or did you try to investigate like the formulas if they actually add up, you know?
You don't investigate gravity. You accept gravity. Gravity is a thing. You
My
don't
Well, I mean,
God.
question.
your understanding of gravity is what has been told to you, right? Has been
Yeah,
taught to
and
you.
that's right
It's not like
because
your
multiple
individual idea, you know, you've
generations
come up with.
of people have
Right, and
researched.
what people told you how gravity behaves and what it is, you just believe
It
that, right?
they observed how it works and then
Well,
they
you were going
wrote
to
it
say
down in
yes.
textbooks.
Do you believe that, or did you actually experiment, you know, to find out whether that's
No.
correct?
You're blowing their minds right now. They can't understand.
Because I have not F equals M times A, right? Something like that. I've never investigated to see whether that's
You've
true, right?
never
I just take it for
known, have
granted.
you?
Or did you
Oh,
actually
let me ask you a question.
find
What
out whether
type
that's
of
true?
degree do you have? What type of degree do you actually have right now?
I have a master's in computer science.
I'm a
Yeah,
karate
then you
master.
did
Computer
something
science.
really,
What
really
about
wrong.
actual science?
Computer science is actual science.
No, it isn't.
Okay, all right.
What, according to
I didn't
what
go to school for it.
institution? Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, who's got the authority in saying what is a science?
What
Well,
is
science,
science?
natural science, and the scientific method is a cause and effect relationship process, which you actually prove the cause of an effect.
Yeah, that's true for hardware, you know.
Where do you
So
think gravity comes from? Like,
it's
explain
density.
gravity.
What is gravity? Define
Density.
it for me,
Why
please.
does it have to come from somewhere? What do you mean?
The way
Like
clipboard, bro.
external to the
Come on.
universe? It came with a bus or something?
What?
Bro, gravity is one of the fundamental laws of space.
Terrific. Okay,
Oh,
so what is it? Don't tell me that it is a fundamental law. What is gravity? Is it a force? What are you appealing to?
yes. What is gravity? Please
Yo,
explain.
Katos, if you wanna talk to me, bro, fucking use your
No,
mic.
no,
And
take your time. Tell us what gravity is, bro. Please. Please be so kind.
you already told me what gravity is. You know it. You're just ignoring it because you're, I don't know, mentally disabled or some shit.
Gravity is it's like the fundamental force that pulls objects like
Whoa.
to each other.
Mass attracts mass. I think somebody said that earlier.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
mass
I'm just
attracts
saying it
mass.
again.
So you're saying yes, so you actually agree with him. He was right, yeah?
Yeah, mass attracts mass.
What's
Yeah,
your
that's right.
criticism if you actually agree with what you say? What do you want?
What do you want? He's saying that gravity doesn't
How would that exist in a
work
flat
like that.
Earth?
He said how
How,
gravity
how would
works.
gravity exist? How would gravity exist if the Earth was
All right,
fucking flat?
hold on.
You're talking about
Please hold on.
gravity as if it's like an object. It's something that it like.
Motherfucker, bro.
So
Yo,
listen, mass attracts mass. Is that the claim? So you guys are now Einstein deniers. No more Einstein?
we're not Einstein. I never claimed that, but y'all are just
Right.
mentally retarded. If I
Well,
feel
see,
like
if
You're going
it's
through an
going to be
existential crisis. Yeah, we'll
if it's
teach
going
you.
to be Newtonian, if it's going to be mass attracts mass, then you guys are now space-time Einstein deniers. Is that correct? Landor, you're going to have to get a hold of yourself, man. I can hear you. Like, breathe into
Can
a
I
paper bag or something, please.
can I ask a
I'm
question?
shocked at your beliefs, actually.
I've just thought of something. So you know during a lunar eclipse, how does like the shadow of the Earth form a perfectly round circle? Explain to me.
Wait a minute. You think that that's what's happening during a lunar eclipse? You're going to have to prove that.
You don't want to talk about gravity anymore?
You're
Why not,
going
man?
to
Is
say
that not
that?
interesting?
You can literally observe that. There's photos of lunar eclipses. Look it up. That's the proof.
Well, no, not just looking at a shadow on the moon and then asserting it's the Earth's shadow. That's not how it works. You're going to have to prove that
Okay.
that's the case.
But somebody said it in the book, so that makes it right.
Yep. If the book says it, hey. I mean, someone wrote it, right? It took time to do that.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah,
can
you could
respect
write
the
something, and we could say it's true, but it's obviously not.
Hey, to
Yeah.
the two 12-year-olds in chat. So how, if you believe in the heliocentric model, how was this universe created?
Well, the Big Bang. I think you watched like.
Okay, so have you ever heard of the law of entropy?
Enlighten me, my friend. Enlighten
If you
me.
take a wine glass and you drop it on the floor and it breaks into 100 pieces, how long do
Gravity.
you have to leave those? How long do you have to leave those pieces on the ground before it becomes a wine glass again?
Never.
Right. So you're telling me that this perfect order that you see all around you came from chaos?
Yes. Yes, this
So
planet was
Perfectly aligned chaos.
so the law of entropy is not true then, right?
No, it would form, but after trillions and trillions of years, because it's incredibly.
Oh, so if I leave a wine glass, if I leave the pieces of the wine glass there for trillions and trillions of years, it's going to become a wine glass again?
Just not right, though.
Exactly. So you guys are science deniers, right?
No,
Ooh.
Okay.
that's theoretical. That's not like a thing that
just like
applies.
gravity. It's theoretical, just like gravity, right?
It's true in
Gravity is
theory.
not
It has to be true in
theoretical,
practice.
You're just.
Okay.
So do you guys realize
So
how stupid your argument is?
for something to be a scientific theory, there must have been an experiment, actually many experiments conducted. Okay? So what I need is the experiments that you can show me. In fact, why don't you just give me a hypothesis? That would be even better. Or gravity, whatever that is.
Okay, then explain to me if you believe the Earth is really flat. Explain to me.
I'm sorry, friend, I was asking you about the experiment or the hypothesis that you could give me
No,
for
you're gonna
gravity.
answer my question now. You're gonna answer my question.
You don't
All
answer a
of
question
I
with a
asked you
question.
first, bro. I asked you first. It's only fair, right? So if I ask you first and you run away from it, that tells me you don't have an answer.
What did you ask me? I'm sorry.
I asked you for the hypothesis or any experiment conducted to prove that gravity is the cause of any effect.
That's theoretically.
Okay, so it's not a real thing, so we can move on. Next. What's the next question?
Why do ships disappear hull first over the ocean horizon?
Oh, I don't know. Could you tell me? I have no idea. Could you tell me how that works? That's a good
Yeah,
question.
I can
Because the
answer
Earth is
it for you.
fucking rounded. That's
No,
why.
Okay, so if you're saying that the Earth is round, I need the rate of change of slope. Give me the curvature rate and how far away that should be. Are you claiming that the horizon is Earth curve?
Gotta look up the curvature rate of the Earth if you want that.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm just asking you if the horizon is Earth curve. Is that your claim?
Sorry, I do not understand you. Your mic is so shitty.
No,
Have
it's
you
okay.
ever
Is the
stood?
horizon Earth
Feels
curved?
good.
Is the horizon curved?
Are you
The
seeing the
Earth is
curvature of
curved.
the Earth at the horizon? When you're looking at the
The
horizon,
Earth is
is that
curved
the curve?
approximately 8 inches per square mile, so 12.6
Right.
centimeters per square kilometer.
Hey, so now plug in those numbers I gave you where I saw a lighthouse from 62 miles. So 62 times 62 times 8 divided by 12. That's how many feet of curvature there should have been
I
between
don't
me and
even
that
know.
lighthouse.
Yeah. See, I don't even know if you're telling me the truth with a fucking
You
lighthouse.
just read it. You just said 8 inches per mile squared. So I'm at 62 miles. 62
Yeah, but how do
squared.
we know that you were 62 miles away from it? That's just an
Do you have
estimation.
Google, do you have
I
access
mean, he
to Google
measured it.
Maps?
Yep.
Yeah, but
If-
how do we know you saw the entire
And
lighthouse
how do we know
at
you're
50
not lying?
So,
miles away?
so
Yeah,
how do you
Well,
know?
how do we know that you saw the boat go over the horizon? I mean, listen to yourself.
Right, exactly.
How do you know?
But you
Oh
know
my
you guys can
god.
go do these tests for
My mama
yourself, right?
said.
You
My
know,
mama said.
if you guys are near a body of water or something, you can go check it out for yourself. Like find the distance it is across to the other shore and see if you can see the shoreline on the other side. It's a real
Exactly.
easy experiment, right?
They
You know, try
ran.
and find a 10-mile
They're in
distance
the way, man.
across water and see if you can see the shore on the other side. It's real easy.
Yeah, they tucked their tail between their legs and took off.
Oh, they
But
ran.
turning kids into flat earthers, man, is that not maybe a bit too much? Like maybe immoral? I don't know.
Well,
That
turning them
was
into
Kids.
on.
globers is kind of immoral, isn't it? Teaching them a
Yeah,
false
but
fucking narrative.
Like, indoctrinating them in any way, I think, is bad. They
I
should
think
do their
it's
own thing, kind of. Hmm?
I
Well,
think
I
it's
didn't
our duty
indoctrinate
to
them. I
tell
told them
kids
to go to a
truths.
lake and have a look for themselves, right?
So hey, the best thing
Yeah.
about the ship going over the curve, like if you stand there and you observe it with your eye, you're not using any kind of binocular or telescope, and you can observe the bottom of the ship disappear and eventually all the way up to the top of the mast. But then, if you use some kind of optics like a telescope, magically you can bring the ship back into view. So that should explain a lot and supports vanishing point.
Yeah, technology kind of outdated that fucking little wives' tale.
Right. This is like what I was saying earlier. It's like everything from the Glober argument is hearsay. You're just having to trust a third party telling you this is what it is. But like, we can't, regular people like us in here in chat can't go repeat those experiments and get the same results.
Yep. And using gravity, you think using the gravity formulas we have nowadays, you could use it to explain like you know, the collapse of the towers in New York?
Yeah, that fell at free fall speed.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that shit. That's
Why don't we talk about that, man? I mean, that's important, I think, as well. That's a really important thing.
oh, absolutely. It was my sophomore year of college. I remember I was in my apartment. My mom called me, and her exact words were, "We're under attack. Turn on the TV." And the first tower had already fallen. I watched the second tower fall. And then the third tower, which wasn't even hit by a plane, fell down several hours later,
Which is
which
a
was
couple
announced
hundred
on.
yards away. Yeah.
Right. And those three buildings are the first concrete and metal buildings to fall due to fire in the history of concrete and metal buildings. And that was the
First and
day.
only. Hmm.
Yeah, that was the day that it opened my eyes to question everything.
Well,
And
also remember, the planes were only seen on TV.
right, all the eyewitnesses just said there was
Um,
explosions.
There was this one plane, right, that went into a field or something that completely.
In
Yeah,
Pennsylvania,
you believe that, dear?
yeah, they never
What
found
happened with
any
that
parts.
thing, man? Yeah. What? What is this? It's how can that be? It
Yeah,
went
there were
into
no
the
planes.
ground, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, there were 0 planes.
Right.
But yeah,
Well,
let's.
planes. Maybe they were
What?
like remote controlled or something.
No, like I said, you only saw the planes on television.
Yeah, there's one clip that was taken from a news helicopter where they screwed up the editing, and the nose of the plane actually shown coming out of the other side of the building for a couple frames, and then it disappears.
Well, for me, that I believe because there are like hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers maybe who saw the planes. Or
Oh,
don't
did
you think
they?
so?
You think that?
I don't know. I'm not from US, but I would ask someone who is like
So,
living there,
so
like a
all
guy
the
selling like hot dogs on the street, what he saw.
yeah, all the people that they interviewed that were just regular people walking around, none of them said anything about a plane. They were talking about explosions, and most of those that say nothing about a plane, you can't even find them on the internet anymore. And then the only ones that support a plane are like casted actors, if you will, uh, saying, yeah, then the plane did this and blah, blah, blah. But like that wasn't from the morning when they were, walking up to people covered in dust and asking them.
I did hear
Okay,
something
that's
strange. I heard
something.
that the
Mhm.
cars were all scorched and burnt, but none of the paper or anything was burnt.
Yeah, they found
Yeah, they found the
the
passport of
pilot's
this guy.
passport.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Like,
plane.
completely intact, no damage, just somewhere on the main street or something.
Yeah, it was like a mile away down the road. The supposed hijacker's passport's just laying there. No singes on the edges of the
Yeah.
paper or anything. But
Yeah.
that's the day that like it took down the walls, if you know what I mean. It, it made me realize
Not
that the world is not what it seemed.
not back then, man. I wasn't that skeptical when I was a kid, like early 2000. People made fun of people questioning the 9/11, even like real fun of them, like as if they're like complete idiots or something, and no one would kind of associate with them. It was like a really shameful thing, and at least in Germany, to be like a 9/11 conspiracy theorist. But man, it's just too many fuck ups, in that thing.
Yeah, so BBC announced that Tower 7 fell 20 minutes before it even fell. Matter of fact, when she was standing there giving the report, you could still observe Building 7 standing behind her, and she's claiming that it just
I've
fell.
just seen it. She said the Solomon building, fell down, but it wasn't. I've thought of it, man. Why? How could that work? Maybe she really, since it's like BBC, maybe they really confused like the Twin Towers. They thought that's like the Solomon Tower. Solomon Brothers Tower.
Well, the other things are like, the president was at a school and like the spelling words the kids were using were like plane, tower, metal, fall. And then uh, the guy that owned
Yeah.
the building took out an insurance policy like 3 days before for like $3 trillion. And
Well, he bought it. That guy. So he bought that both buildings. No, he didn't buy them. He leased them for 99 years. Silverstein is his name, I think. Silverstein or
yeah,
something.
yep, that's
That
correct.
guy. He leased them, and in 6 weeks after he leased them, with a very nice anti-terrorism insurance on it, um, for like multiple billions, they went down. And he said that's
Yeah,
the
there was
only day he didn't go there. He was there every morning, but that day, for whatever reason, his wife told him, "You have to go to the dermatologist,"
How
and
convenient.
he didn't even go there. But there is a video of
and
him
then,
actually saying that they pulled it.
so look up what was housed in Building 7. So they had done an audit just like a week or two prior, and there was like billions of dollars that were missing, that were tax dollars for three-letter agencies. Well, Building 7
Yeah.
was the financial slash accounting building that kept the records for those things that they just found, and conveniently, That all got destroyed.
Also in the Pentagon, when they're investigating like the missing trillions, exactly that part of like the Pentagon, the airplane flew into. Very unfortunate, man. With all the
Yeah,
evidence.
yeah. And they just think. And I mean, let's admit it. The masses are that stupid. I mean, they've pulled it off. There's very
No,
few of us
it's
that
not
even
stupid,
question
man.
it.
It's a mind thing because I wasn't like a stupid teenager or a stupid kid. It's just um, you have like defensive mechanisms when someone mentions like 9/11. You won't even think of it. In Germany, they used to have like documentaries or like 9/11 conspiracy theorists guys, and they would only show like 80-year-old like grandparents talking like, oh, it was so they didn't show like any credible 9/11 conspiracy theories.
Right.
It's a brainwash thing, man. It's the same with like
Now,
Gaza
right
and
after,
Israel.
like the months following that, there was a website called aeengineers.org, something like that. AE911engineers.org. It stands for
Yep.
Architect and Engineers. And these guys were like the architects and engineers specifically for skyscrapers. And there was like 4,400 of them that signed a petition to reopen the investigation because every one of them said there's no way that this type of building can be taken down with an airplane.
But
So
it's
even
just
if you believe the airplane did
yep.
exist,
Mm-hmm.
it couldn't have happened. Sorry.
Think of having this like steel construct, just the steel without anything, just the steel. How long would you have to put that steel on fire for it to collapse like that, man? I mean,
Right.
for
Right. And
like a year or
now
something?
the
I
steel,
don't know.
like you're saying, just the steel ribs, the skeleton of it. Let's imagine that's all stood there and you flew a plane into it. It would not even put a dent in any one of those beams.
And it's
Yeah,
probably like
there
free-fall
have been
speed, man. What? Getting
hotels under construction that
yeah.
have caught a blaze, and they didn't collapse; they slumped over eventually.
Yeah,
The part
weakened
Well,
the
there is.
steel.
I've
well,
seen one with
here,
like a recent one, like a couple of years ago. It was burning for like multiple days or something, and it
yeah,
didn't
probably the
collapse.
same one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just
Yeah,
slumps over. Here's the crazy thing, that people ask, why would they lie and all this stuff. Well, I've had people lecture me on 9/11. Okay, tell me all this chronological, all this timeline, and they weren't even born when this occurred. And these people have the gall to lecture me on it. It's kind of funny because I put an end to it rather quickly. But here we are with the globe. I mean, this happened in one generation because they talk about that's 9/11 is now in the school history books. So yeah,
Yep.
the people wonder how that we could have ever gone astray to believing in a globe. Well, look at that. These people who weren't even born. All they have are a chapter in their history book, and God bless them, they're proud of their knowledge of it. They think it's like patriotic.
Yeah,
It's just
now that we're finding out who the publishers are of those school books and what their affiliations are with
Exactly. Yes.
these pedophiles, and
Let's call them anti-Americans.
yeah, that works.
That's the good. We use that in Germany. We say, anti-Germans, and who we mean, when we say that.
You're from Germany, I take it.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, like I plan on traveling to Europe next summer. I'm almost embarrassed to tell people that I'm American when I get there because of how retarded the average American is, and like what they're showing on TV. Like that we're all in agreement
Like
with so many perverse and just I don't know.
It's like
I
in
apologize.
Europe, it's
growing up with
very
that shit, hmm Yeah.
Yeah.
in Europe, it's very common to think that Americans are really dumb. That's normal.
Oh, I know, and it's embarrassing. And let me just personally apologize for our retarded media and all the crap that they try to make you guys think of us.
Some
We're not
Americans
all.
That's
are
a
retarded, but some of them are really good, man. CIA, NSA. I mean, it takes a bit to control the whole world, you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
another
they have
thing.
everybody's
like
looking at us.
mm-hmm.
Like every other country's watching us. Like we are. Like we try to get ourselves involved in everything, and a lot of things that trend in America end up spreading to Europe and Asia and South America, and it's just it's embarrassing. I don't know what other word to use.
What's funny is
Yeah.
the same people who say Americans are idiots are the same ones who have gobbled up the Americans outer space travel story.
Right.
Like, how the hell does that work?
There is the idiot here. Yeah, exactly.
We're really not as dumb as they make us look, though. I mean, there's a large group that is, but it's not. We're not all like that. I hope you understand that.
No, absolutely. I don't think Americans are stupid. It's the media. You're getting like the full force of like the media. You know, it's like very, very big. It's not that big in Germany, you know, but it's getting
Yeah,
big.
and they do not represent. They do not represent what the average American is thinking or how we feel about specific topics. I mean, I'll tread lightly, but with people that are confused about their gender, 99% of Americans don't think that's okay. And on TV, there's only 1% that doesn't think that's okay, and the rest of us are just like, yeah, that's fine. You can be a butterfly if that's what you want to be. No, we don't feel that way.
I respect like the Boy Scouts, you know, and people who train Boy Scouts, like in nature skills and things like that. Uh, I think that's important. You know, that's a good thing.
So I said earlier, I have a master's in computer science. I sit in front of technology all day long. But, when I get home from work, I teach my daughter how to forage, identify edible plants, how to fish, how to clean fish, how to hunt, uh, as if we had to go back to the year 1800, she would
That's
know
good.
exactly how to do everything because I'm not really a prepper, but you never know. I mean, I could wake up tomorrow and the whole grid's down and I hear gunshots in the distance, I mean, so we're so far removed from those things. I mean, like, there's plenty of people my age, I'm in my 40s, that have no clue where their food comes from or how to butcher a cow or a deer or, how to clean a fish. They have no clue.
Make a
And
fire.
Work
right,
for
yeah, yeah.
McDonald's.
Life
So,
skills. Teach them life skills. That's the most
yeah.
important. So they can think for themselves. They have critical thinking. They can do
Hmm.
everything themselves. They don't need nobody to follow anybody.
Right. That's priceless.
I mean, you're doing better than most. That's for sure.
But I do my best not to try to indoctrinate her with my ideologies. So I give her, like I believe in God and I have certain opinions about the translation of the Bible. I teach her that God exists, but I give her the option to not believe. Like I want it to come from her heart and have her own thoughts and her own feelings on not just religion, but everything. Um, I think because I think so many people did, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean it's right. So I think that's also important to give people truly free will.
Okay. I mean, will you tell her about the anti-Americans? Just well,
Oh,
like the
absolutely.
9/11, you know, things like that, you know, because yeah, kids don't get told that usually.
Yeah, I mean, I give her the facts. I don't say, I don't say this is what happened. I'll just say, okay, these buildings fell down, but look at this evidence we have that supports or does not support the way that they're going to teach you how it happened. So, like with flat Earth, I don't go straight to her and say the Earth is 100% flat and it's shaped like this. I just say, look, math, you can use math to measure curvatures. When we go out to measure the curvatures, we're not observing that. So if we're not observing what they're teaching us, what are we really standing on? You know, and it makes her have those questions inside her mind, so she's open to alternatives in relation to what's taught in public schools, which I'm removing her from next year. By the way, I'm going homeschool.
You know,
To the comment to Flat Earth, Alaskan Malamute, yeah, we're united. You know, when so many people say, what is it? I think this is exactly why, because that's like the top tier of truth. And once you realize that, that's when you start seeing all the other truths.
all makes sense. You know, all of a sudden, that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
Okay. You
yeah.
know, so yeah.
Let's quickly respond to Viking, because if you can overcome the Earth and know the truth about the Earth and where you are, you can just about overcome anything here on Earth. Even overcome the media, the bullshit that comes out of the media, the bullshit that comes out of NASA, all the space agencies. If you can overcome flat Earth and accept the truth, you will overcome many things.
Right. I mean, because the most primal truth is, you know, who we are and where we're at.
Correct.
And once you can, even if you don't believe flat Earth, but you at least are a critical thinker and you question it, I think it's enough to bring you into the right mindset to seek other truths.
Correct.
I think it's, you know, it's kind of a trap though to think you know the entirety of Earth though. You know what I mean? Without actually measuring the entirety of Earth. I could be a skeptic, but to claim
If
that it's flat in its entirety or that I know the shape in its entirety is, I think, fallacious.
I
That's just
agree.
my opinion, though.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
been
We
so
only
long, it's been so long, nobody has measured curvature. That's why flat earthers say the Earth is flat, because there's zero curvature.
Yeah, and we
There's
I
don't
measure
claim.
more.
there's
I
no
We
measure
measuring
don't.
more
curvature
No, hang on,
anywhere.
curvature.
gentlemen. Hang on, gentlemen. We don't claim to know the shape of the Earth. That's a fact. We don't make a claim there. And regarding measurements, we go by the measurements that we have. So I've travelled quite a lot of this Earth, and the amount of Earth I've travelled, there should be curvature. It's not there. So we're definitely not living on a ball that's rotating. Definitely
But you
not.
never seen a mountain?
Sorry.
right.
You never seen a mountain?
Well, I mean, come on. I'm not going to enter squabbling over little hills and valleys, are we now? Come on.
Well, I'm finding when I measure these like mountains and the peaks and everything, I'm getting more than 8 inches per mile square.
You're not getting the radius of 3,959 miles. No one's measuring that, and it's not going on
No,
to make the
I'm not measuring
24,000
a
miles,
radius.
24,901 miles that we're supposed to be having as a circumference. And when I fly,
Yeah, no.
sail, jump out of planes, hovercrafts, was there one of the hot air balloons? We're not seeing any curvature or experience of that. So when you bring your material to us to scrutinize and have a look, then you might have something. At the moment, a bunch of words, and you're a troublemaker, and we know you are. You've always
Well,
fallen
I'm not claiming to measure the radius. I'm not claiming I measure the radius. I'm just saying, like, I have a hard time measuring anything that is curving at 8 inches per mile squared anywhere. Even my kitchen floor curves more than 8 inches per mile squared.
Well, I don't know about that. Go take that to the engineers and the civil engineering and construction workers, people who lay carpets and tiles. They'd be laughing at you making that statement.
No, not at all. I could make an entire bowling alley under 8 inches per mile squared at a benchmark, and it would work just fine.
Yeah, but you won't be measuring curvature, will you? That's the point. Sorry.
Yeah, one thing I was told that really blew my mind was, like, if the heliocentric model and what we're taught as quote unquote science or geology, if you go from the highest mountain, Mount Everest, to the lowest point, which is Marianas Trench, and you take the difference between the two, and then you scaled the Earth down to the size of a cue ball, it would be smoother than the cue ball.
There you go.
So Neil deGrasse Tyson said.
Yeah, he did.
And he also said that 400 miles above the Earth's surface, you can't see a curvature.
Yeah,
That 400 miles.
That stuff is flat.
Yeah. The thing that we stand on seems to have a specific orientation, but that's just in our local reality. You know, I don't know what it looks like in our non-local, non-reality.
Non-reality. I don't live there.
Speaking
Well,
of
that's funny that
reality,
it's like
The globe is the non-reality. It's just within the mind of the person. It's not actually in reality.
so
So you
have
say
you guys heard of
non-reality, you need imagination, right?
Hence, I don't live there.
Have you heard the double slit experiment or the DMT laser experiment? And what are your thoughts on those?
Garbage.
EMT?
No, I don't
Stuff
know.
Joe
What's the
Rogan's taking?
there?
I don't think a wave and a particle duality relationship actually exists. Sorry, I'm making a desk right now.
Whoa, nice.
Like you know how like if you're playing like an open world game like Grand Theft Auto and you're driving a car as fast as you can down the street, sometimes the buildings 2 blocks away don't render in time, so you just see like a gray area. So like there's some people talking like, do things really exist if there's nobody there to see it? Like, do we render our reality
But see,
as
that's
humans? Go ahead.
Wait, how would you even know that?
yeah. I mean,
I know
see
it's
that
like
that comes from the Schrodinger's paradox kind of thing, and like this metaphysical narrative about like, you know, it changes the state of the particle by actually observing it, or like with quantum computing, like when we actually observe the qubit, it changes from a 1 to a 4, and it's like none of that is actually real. When you actually look into it, they can never actually get a stable qubit. They always have these spurious claims about like what it can actually do compared to classical computing. And then when you try to call them on their shit, where they say, "Oh well, we actually can't actually get a stable qubit. We can only use error correcting models to basically predict what this actual bit is going to be, and because of temperature fluctuations it actually changed the bit, so we can actually get you a actual readout." It's all bullshit, dude. It's just as valid as relativity theory. Sorry,
It's
excuse
not
me.
all bullshit, right? Because that happened in you. Like when your heart was made, when you were in the womb, after the cells created your heart, they knew to start making something else. So the information was already there. So they were a 1 and a 0 at the same time.
Yeah, but that's conflation. You know what I mean? You're conflating the miracle that is human growth, or like the body regenerating itself, into ones and zeros.
Yeah,
Well,
one
I'm
is
just saying
created
the
by man, is
information was
one
there.
created by God.
But
No, the light is not created by man.
yeah, no. As a matter of fact, I think light is information, period. And the only true ultimate source of light and of intelligence and knowledge comes from the Most High. And even if you take it from a scientific point of view, that would be the top down primary mover, the cosmic rays, if you will, that Tesla proposed. And that would be the source of the ether.
Just so you guys know, I don't agree with the double slit experiment or the DMT. I was just looking for opinions.
What's the DMT thing again? What does that stand for?
DMT is it's a chemical that's in us naturally, and
Oh,
it's
you mean the
released.
actual drug? Oh, I thought you were talking about the experiment. My bad.
Yeah, so the experiment is you take DMT and like those lasers
Experiment
that you set in the
over.
middle of a room and it shoots a level line all the way. They set that up, but they put like a lens in front of the laser, so instead of being a really narrow beam hitting the wall, it's spread out, diffused to like 6 inches or so. These people take DMT, they look at where the laser is hitting the wall, and they're
Oh, I
seeing
know
the
what you're
code.
talking about. Yeah, those retards that basically take DMT and then stare into a very high powerful laser.
But
That
here's
won't
where
have any effects on my eyes at all later, I promise.
right, and I've done hallucinogens, and I know your mind can tricks, but here's where it makes it weird. So they'll take like 2 different subjects that don't know each other, don't meet each other. They do the experiments on different days.
We're back.
But they'll have one guy look at the code that's on the wall and like write it on a piece of paper. And then they'll take another guy and he's at the same part of the wall and tell him to write down what he sees, and they match. And that's where I'm like, what the heck's really going on?
Wait, why do you believe that, but then not believe the moon landing?
Oh, wait. Even if that was the case, what you just described, right? Okay, so it's the exact same frequency. So it's being diffused or diffracted at the same exact frequency. That makes
Right.
sense that you would see the same pattern.
But like, is it known that we can look at a frequency and see like characters that are like not of this world?
Yeah, if you split a laser beam a certain way, or like a certain, you have a certain diffraction pattern, right? That diffraction pattern is
Yeah,
along the
what's up?
entire wavelength of the laser. So the fact that you have this laser beam on a wall, I know what you're talking about too. You're talking about like the cross red laser that goes from wall to wall, and then you look at both ends of the wall, and they have
Yeah, do like a
the same
dashboard or
code.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense. But like these mystic retards are trying to sell people on the fact that like, oh, I saw the matrix code of the simulation theory. Like it's stupid, dude.
Oh, I know. I agree. It's just curiosity.
It's the same kind of, cult like, selling you a dream kind of thing where it's like the only mystery is the mystery within yourself. Kind of.
And once you know it, then you'll finally arrive and be eternally happy.
Yeah, it's an arrival fallacy, exactly.
Wait, did we get
what are
one
we
of our?
talking about?
Oh, we got one of the Globers back, guys.
Globers. That's what you call us.
Oh, so they're both back. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Globers.
Yeah, that's not really fair to call them that yet. They could just be a normal dude who's like, what are you guys talking about?
No, they
Yeah,
were here
what are
earlier.
you guys talking about?
What are you guys talking about?
It's not a flat. My God.
They were here earlier talking to us about how gravity is a fact, yet they can't quote any experiment that proves gravity. It's just
They
because
just have a
they
belief. All right.
Yeah.
Nice joke, man. Nice joke.
So wait, you guys,
there you got your experiment, bro. The gravity's real.
you guys know what the cause of gravity is?
You tell me.
No, Matt, I'm asking you.
Okay.
Did your friends leave you?
What's the question?
Yeah, what's the cause of gravity?
Gravitons.
No.
And have gravitons can never be proven, or have they ever been proven or demonstrated to be true, or even possibly,
Yeah.
is that even
using
possible to
magic.
demonstrate that they're true?
Yep.
There is? Okay, citation, please.
With imagination.
Bro,
Yeah, gravitons.
just drop a pencil and it'll fall. There we go. You got gravity.
Oh, so the cause of gravity is dropping pencils. Got it.
Why does the pencil drop instead of float?
That's
What is
the
that?
question on the table. That's exactly
what I'm
the question
asking
on
you
the
guys.
table. Well, now why don't you answer the question?
Gravity.
Okay,
You guys don't have an
gravity
answer.
is
It's
the
okay.
cause
Listen.
of gravity.
Yeah, it's okay to not have an answer. Like, we don't have to make it a gotcha thing. I'd rather you guys just be curious.
No. So gravity occurs on like a 4D dimension in space-time. Like, I don't know.
What?
No.
Hey,
I'm sorry. That was a really bad. That was a really bad start.
That coherently, please?
Right. Give him time to put
Let
the
him talk.
prompts
Let him
into
talk. Let him
AI.
talk.
Let me.
Can we let him talk, please?
Sure.
Yeah, just give your honest answer.
The simple answer is like weight influences weight, but that doesn't really prove anything.
Exactly, my man. How can
Imagine
also be the
like,
cause?
Let him talk.
No, I'm
Hey, why do we have to imagine? Why do we have to imagine?
Because you don't
Why
have
can't
it
we
in
just
front of
do
you.
an experiment?
Hold on, let him flesh out his thought. But go ahead. What's the cause of gravity, bro?
If you put something like really big and really heavy down in like a sand pit, right? And it sinks in. And then you place something close enough to that in the same sand pit, will it not roll towards the larger
What does
object?
that have to do with gravity?
It's in a sand pit.
Yikes! So are you saying plums are parallel?
I'm sorry, I can hear you.
No, it's cool.
So are you
What does that have
saying
to do with
plums are
gravity, dude?
parallel? So
Yeah,
plums are parallel because something sinks down on a slope.
No, because there's a larger, like,
Go ahead, dude. Sorry.
No, he's right. Why would something roll down a slope?
I
It's
mean,
not
you're
gravity.
answering my question with a question. What's the cause of gravity? It's
So
okay
is
to say
that
I
so
don't
it's the
know.
case? So it's the case that the plums are parallel and it's the slope that's causing.
No, he's saying having a ball roll down a slope is evidence of gravity. I think that's what he's trying to say.
But
I
that
don't
would
want
be
evidence
plums
of
being
gravity. I want
parallel.
No,
the
that's
cause
not what
of
he was
gravity.
trying to say. He was trying to say the big thing you pressed into the sand to create the sand pit is what's causing the gravity.
Whatever creates the sand pit. Okay.
Like I said, still not too late to say I don't know.
Don't take anyone's word for it. That's all I want to say.
Just let him answer, Jay. Just
Yeah,
let him
sorry.
answer.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah, who's the guy with the dinosaur picture thing or whatever? Yeah, do you?
Yeah,
it's okay to say I don't know, but what is the cause of gravity?
Did he not say the
Okay,
curvature
you
of
might be
space-time?
okay. All right,
It's because your mom was so fat.
Ooh, my mom being so fat is the cause of gravity. We tell Newton all about that. Okay, good one, guys.
He may have said
do they
earlier
even have an
curvature of space-time.
So, do you understand that
do
if
they
you
have an
believe
answer to
gravity to be a real phenomenon and you can't explain the cause of it, then gravity being the reason why things falling down is just a belief?
It's
Without
not
a
a belief if
justification.
it's
You guys have no justification for your belief that gravity is the reason why things fall down.
Not from top of the head, probably.
I mean, what else
I
could
don't
be
have
the
the
It's
reason?
formula.
even worse.
What do you think the
It's the
reason is? What
reason.
do you think the reason
It's
is?
the reason the Earth is a ball. It makes it even worse, right? Gravity is the reason the Earth is a ball. So if you don't
Yeah.
have a justification for the cause of gravity, you know what that means? That means you don't have a justification for the Earth being a ball.
Exactly. Because you need gravity to explain to you why there's a core at the center of Earth pulling everybody downwards toward the center of a ball.
I'm back, guys.
It's okay. Listen, we were all indoctrinated with this belief system, even though we've only ever drilled 7 miles into the crust.
Oh yes. Explain everything. Oh yes. That's gonna explain everything. Drilling into the
No. The point is, it doesn't. Indoctrinated with this belief system, even though we've only ever drilled 7 miles into the crust.
Oh yes. That's gonna explain everything. Drilling into the
No. The point is, it doesn't. But they make spurious claims as to, what the different layers of Earth is, even though it has never been measured.
And then they get it wrong when they dig 7 miles down at every mile.
Yeah, every step along the way, they got it wrong in terms of their prediction with their seismographs.
So what do you think is in Earth?
It's the place
What
where
was
we
the
live.
question?
What do you think? What happens when we drove through Earth?
Wait, what do you think is in the
What do you
Earth?
think
You're
will
saying?
happen?
You guys ever drill? You ever dig into the Earth? You never dug?
No, what do you think will happen when we?
You guys never dug into the Earth before?
What do you
You never
think
dug?
will happen?
Yeah, I'd put my tomato plants in.
Yeah, see? There you go. That's one way. You guys ever dig so far you reach water?
No. I'm just asking.
If you dig long
Could you
enough,
dig
you'll
through the
reach.
Earth?
You're not answering the question. You're answering the question with a question.
I am
Yeah,
answering
I
the
can
question
answer.
100%. When you dig into the Earth, you find dirt that's nice to plant a tomato. When you dig into
No,
the earth,
no,
sometimes you find water. You know, these are the things that happen when you
no.
dig into earth.
Yeah, you
That's
asked
If
a
you
not
dig long
very
enough,
possible.
vague
Oh,
question,
you
bro.
deny that when you dig into the earth you can find water. You deny that when you dig into the earth you can put a tomato plant into it. You deny
I
those
never
things because
denied
you
that. I
said
never
no.
denied
You
that.
said
No,
I
not
never
you,
no. You
buddy.
denied
said
that.
Not you,
no.
bro. Your friend.
I said that's not
if
what the
you
question was. What do you think if
if
you
you
dug
dig long
down
enough,
further than 7
uh,
miles? If that's the
you'll
deepest you've
just
ever
end up
dug.
in China probably.
That's impossible. You're not
Yeah, that's
able
just
to.
your belief,
Yeah,
dog.
because the Earth's round, you'll end up in China.
Would you see that in
No, you
Right.
know that
Woolrats,
it's
bro?
3,900. It's 4,000 miles to the core of the Earth. Do you understand how many miles that is compared to 7?
Also,
I
the
have a
Earth
question.
does have a core.
Yeah, if you did the math, that'd be like what, point
An
zero
internal.
zero zero six or something like that.
It's an internal critique of your claim, sir.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What do you think causes objects to fall?
Wait,
You picking them up.
Yeah, but like, if you let go of it, what causes it to go downwards?
You picked
you
it
like
up.
It's just relative
It's
density
not.
displacement, dog. So like if I have an air bubble underneath, the water in a pool, right? What happens when you blow a bubble when you're underwater in a pool? What happens to the air bubble?
It goes up because it's less dense than the water.
Correct. And that's how
It's
all
going
things
down.
displace themselves, right? Depending on their relative density toward each other and what medium it's in. That's it.
That's
Medium in terms of like air, water, mercury, whatever medium that the object material is in, it's going to have a certain, relative density and displacement of the medium that it's in compared to the object.
Okay.
For example, did you know that an anvil floats on a batch of mercury?
if that's what you believe, then sure.
Yeah, have you seen it? It actually is true.
If that's what you believe.
Excuse me. What do you mean if that's what you believe?
If that's what you believe, then sure.
No. What do you mean by if that's what you believe?
If that's what
Are
you
you
That's what you
stating
believe.
that if someone believes something, therefore it is true?
Did you know if you drop a pencil, it goes down? If that's what you
No,
believe.
I have a
Yeah.
question. I have a
Okay,
question.
so you believe 2 + 2 = 5, so that's what you believe, so therefore it's true, right?
If that's what you
No,
believe that I believe.
No, you believe that.
No, but you believe that I
All right,
believe.
all right,
Then
Yeah,
yes.
guys.
you believe 2 + 2 = 5.
this is pointless.
Ah,
This is pointless. This is pointless.
Someone said they had a
No.
question.
Okay. You believe that things like travel in directions due to density displacement. Why does a ship float on water? Would
Density
you argue
displacement.
that the steel that the ship is made of is not more dense than the water?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
as a
don't know how
whole,
clouds are up there?
right, because of the surface of the water versus the entirety of the ship in terms of like the bottom of it, the hull, right? It's not going to displace the water enough to sink because it's basically has enough pressure along the surface that it doesn't break the surface tension of water.
Hold on,
Okay.
Beast. He's saying the
Why?
bending of space and time is what keeps boats afloat. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, that was funny. I don't know what he was saying. That was great.
Is that
Why?
your claim?
No.
Do you
No.
believe that? Okay,
No.
so then what so do you not understand why boats float?
I do.
What is it? Go ahead.
All right, wait. The air pressure. All right, I'm gonna answer your question with another question because we see
Hey,
how much
bro,
we
you'll
got.
go a long way in here if you're just honest.
Yeah, I don't know the exact principles, but
That's okay, bro.
how do
Look
you
up
think?
fluid
No worries at all.
I
So then
will.
why was your question to Beast? How do you think boats float if it's just relative density? That means you're saying like you have an idea of how boats float and you're challenging his because it's going to be different than his.
They float because of buoyancy, but
Okay. But the entire topic of things floating on liquids is fluid dynamics, bro.
Alrighty. How do you think something falls in a vacuum?
Where's a vacuum?
Yeah, show me a vacuum.
A vacuum is something lacking air.
Yeah, show me
That
that.
doesn't exist anywhere.
They didn't
We've
ask
made-
for a definition of it, they ask you to present it. Where in nature do you see a vacuum, young fellow?
All right, what's your address? I'll buy one off Amazon and send it to you.
But
No,
that's not
that's a
going to
vacuum
pull
chamber.
air out. I'm sorry.
And,
Yeah, and that
I'll
would be
happily
like a
accept
vacuum
one if you
pump.
wish to send one. Because they are pretty
Alrighty.
cool. But where in nature do you witness this happening, things falling through vacuums?
You don't, but that has nothing to do with the question.
Excellent.
No, that has
Yes, it
nothing to
does.
do with the question.
It does, because that's what you presented to us. Things fall in a
And is it-
vacuum.
Yes.
Yeah, and is a vacuum a medium?
No, it is considered nothing.
Oh, really? So you have something that exists that's considered nothing.
It simply is the lacking of anything.
It's
So where
not
is
the
it?
lacking of anything. That doesn't exist in reality. The vacuum pumps that we have on this earth do not pull all of the air out of air conditioning systems or closed containers. Doesn't
That's true.
exist anywhere.
That's true.
Even the claim of space is not a perfect vacuum. So this perfect vacuum that you speak of doesn't even exist.
No, that's
It's
true.
a
But
theoretical.
it's
It's a
yeah, you're right. It's
theoretical
theoretical.
framework in order
We
to
have
simplify
we
things.
have though removed enough oxygen to prove that oxygen's density cannot impact an object's falling speed.
It does. 100%. What do you mean? You don't think air resistance matters?
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't. It doesn't.
You're gonna
If you're
lose
saying-
this one, kid.
Okay, if you're saying something falls because of the fact that it's heavier than air, which I'm not going to say doesn't play a part,
Denser.
but the fact that something reaches a higher terminal velocity inside a vacuum.
False. That's another false statement. Where are you getting this information from?
Yeah, which large language model are you using, bro?
My brain. It's kind of slow sometimes.
Come on.
So he's just making up stuff.
Yeah.
What did I say, bro? Honesty will get you a long way, and you're not doing so well right now.
Hey, have you ever wondered like how you know what you know?
Yeah, sure. I'll go along. What do you think? Why do I know what I know?
No,
No,
I
you
would
ever
never
wondered
be
it.
able to answer that. I was just
Oh, yeah.
asking if you ever
From your
wondered that.
TV and your
So
cell
that,
phone. That's how. From your TV and your phone.
is
I
that
mean,
is that how?
that's not true.
Okay, so then how do you know what you
So
know?
you're saying fake news is real?
I learned from
true?
other people.
Oh, other people? Okay, cool. So there's knowledge being passed back and forth between
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
What makes that possible?
I mean, speech, I guess. A
Oh,
made up concept.
The
Called
speech
dialect.
is a made up concept. Would you agree that there are different languages that you can say a different word, but for the same thing with the same meaning? Like an apple, for example, in Spanish can be called a manzana.
Yeah.
So that's not the speech where the information lies, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The answer is language, bro.
It's the meaning.
Yeah,
There's
it's the
something
meaning
that-
behind the word.
Yeah.
Does the meaning precede the language?
You just gotta be bilingual, bro.
I mean, I would say the meaning does. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, because before there's any languages, when you were a child, you can differentiate between an apple and a banana, right? Without even knowing what they are.
No, I can't
Square
remember, to
blocks
be
and
honest.
circle blocks, bro.
What can I ask what the point of this is though?
Yeah, because I was asking you how you know what you know, and it doesn't sound like you have a secure answer. You're still kind of wondering how you know what you know. And I was just wondering if you think knowing things is possible.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think you know
What?
anything?
I mean,
What
this
does
is
that
kind of
even mean?
getting like
No,
philosophical
this
No, that you're
instead
not
of
this is
answering the
important.
scientific.
question.
No, because this is important because your worldview, right,
This is scientific.
that was given to you, right? It was given to you, and you think you know the things that you know when you say things like "we've done this, we've done that," but you actually haven't done anything.
Does this apply to you as well?
Absolutely.
Yes, that's correct.
Would you say that we
We're on
as
the
the
same
human race
playing field
have
with
done?
you.
Yeah.
Dude, we're on the same playing field with you. We're all in the same boat together. And the boat is it true what they told us to know? Or is it the case that there might be something else that we should know?
Right.
And then if it is true that knowledge does exist, what is even making the knowledge possible? That's where I would start personally.
Reality?
Yeah, I mean, if you ask why enough times, you eventually get to the point where we can't explain something.
Yeah, I mean, these are
How do
just
you know
questions
that?
that we can't
Wait,
answer.
how do you know that?
But that's not due to the fact that there is no answer. It's due to the fact that we don't know an answer yet.
Right. So you're not the end all be all, brother.
Wait, how do you know that?
Exactly.
Sorry if you hear
Yes.
ratcheting fixing my desk.
It's unfortunate to hear that claim that if you ask why enough times we can't explain it, that means knowledge is impossible. Because what you're claiming is that everything falls into an infinite regress, and that falls into the Munchausen trilemma, which states that knowledge cannot be obtained if everything falls into an infinite regress, or circular reasoning, or dogmatically asserting. Those are the three.
Yeah, but none of those exist.
How do you know that?
None of what exists.
How do you know that they exist?
No,
Wait,
how do you
what?
know that
None
they
of what
exist?
exists? What doesn't
Oh, by the
exist?
way, if we want to look at this video, for example, we can see that the feather and the ball fall at different at the same speed when there's basically no
How come
difference
how
in the
come
vacuum,
lithium
you
and
know?
lead fall slower in a vacuum? Can you guys explain why lithium falls slower?
I mean, lithiums fall slower. No, we're talking about this here. Why do the two objects with different masses fall at the same speed in the vacuum?
Yeah, he's talking about that, dude. He talked about that with you. Yeah, two different masses in a vacuum. He said lithium and lead.
Yeah, how come they fall at different rates?
Show me a video.
Is that all it takes for you to believe something? A video?
Oh, I got a couple videos for you then, bro.
And I'm
Do you
pretty
believe in
sure
Bigfoot?
if that's true, then there's a principle to explain it.
Oh,
But
if
no.
that's true, then
What-
Bigfoot
answer-
exists because there's a video of
Answer my
Bigfoot.
question. Answer my questions.
I
I've
did.
got some land for sale in
I
No,
did
you
answer.
didn't.
I did answer your question.
Threw a different question back. That's not answering a question, my guy.
The answer to your
Well, couldn't I
question is
just easily-
science to date does
I
not
said-
know what
here-
the causational mechanism of down is.
Here, I'll give
There's
you your
the
answer.
to your question.
Yeah, your answer is how come they fall at the same rate? They don't, because lithium and lead don't fall at the same rate either. So not
They
everything
do fall
falls
at
at
the
the
same
same rate. Not everything falls at the same rate. So now,
Lithium and lead
what
do
does
fall
that?
at the
Now,
same
what
rate in
does
a
that
true
help? How
vacuum.
does
They
that
do,
help
they do.
you? How does that help you live on a globe? Things falling to the ground. How does that help you live on a ball?
Yeah,
I just wanted
exactly.
to prove you first of all that gravity exists, because you were saying that gravity doesn't exist. That's just crazy.
Nobody said that, dude. Nobody said that. That's a straw man of a
All of
position.
us
Nobody said that gravity doesn't exist. What they said was, what is the cause of gravity? That's what they've asked. You haven't provided one. You're like showing videos of feathers dropping, going, look, I got the cause right here. That's not the cause, bro.
Yeah, mass is the course.
Mass?
Mass is
Yeah,
the
Okay.
cause. Mass causes
Bigger
things.
mass affects bigger.
So before
Mass
there was any
causes
mass,
things.
there was no down.
What do you mean there's no down? Of course.
Before so there was downward vectors before any mass. So the mass can't be the cause.
What do you mean before mass? Sorry.
Before mass, yeah. What do you mean? There was always mass.
Oh, it's
give me an
infinite.
example of when
It exists
mass
ultimately and eternally.
exactly
If two planets are out in outer space and they're attracted towards each other, which one is going
then they
down and which
collide.
one is going down and which one is going up?
What do you mean? Which one is going up? If they're next to each other, then they're gonna attract each other.
Which
And the
way?
one that's
Do they go
bigger is gonna
sideways?
attract the
Do they
other
go
one more.
sideways or do they go up and down?
That's really complicated math, but I'm sure I can prove it to you.
Oh, go ahead. You can prove to me things using math.
Yeah,
Funny.
physics and math. Yeah.
Prove that my Greyhound exists.
Okay,
I
just
think
don't
Hey,
exists.
besides that, who's the guy that said mass is the cause of gravity? Who's the guy? What's your name?
These guys are losing it. They got mass as a cause.
Randall.
So like I'll go get a bowling ball. Something's supposed to happen now in my room. I'll go out and get a bowling ball and set it in my kitchen. Now something's supposed to happen because I put mass there.
What do you think would be attracted to a bowling ball?
It's
Nothing.
My
Static
3
electricity.
fingers, bro. Like,
Static
what are you talking
electricity.
about?
Static electricity because it's made out of rubber.
This is just
Bowling pins, obviously. Don't you guys see the bowling ball is attracted to the pins?
Yeah, like can we get to like an actual like line of questioning reasonable
Everything
thought?
is attracted to everything at a molecular level. We can't.
I'm not attracted to you right now, dude.
You
I
just
wish
made
you
that
guys were
story up.
here.
I
I
guess.
wish you guys were here earlier when these guys were in the room, because they told me if I drop a wine glass and if I leave the pieces there for trillions of years, it will become a wine glass again.
Wow.
Yo, who
Wait,
said
how do
that?
they know that? How do you
Yo,
know
what
that?
religion is that?
They proposed the fucking theoretical concept that a wine glass turns back into a wine glass.
Is that called like the Immaculate Merlot religion or something? Like what is
Wow.
that?
That's what they
You guys
told me.
make
when
that
they-
shit. You guys make it up and then you believe in it?
Oh, that's cool.
Right, bro.
I think it would be useful to establish what do you believe in. Not like
What do we
religion,
believe
but like
in?
Nothing.
what you don't believe in anything.
Like what? What do you want me to believe in?
Reality. I
Do
believe
you
in
I'll tell you this.
reality.
Do I
Do
believe
you
what,
believe that
frog guy?
the concept of physics is like real?
The
Concept of physics. What's the concept of? Well, hold on. What's the concept of physics?
Do you believe in the modern beliefs of physics? Because I don't
Oh,
think
do
you
I
do.
believe that water seeks its own level? Sure, don't you?
Yeah, so you do believe in physics.
Yeah, that's level. That's a flat thing. Yep.
Yeah, so wait. Do you believe that
But
water
physics
seeks
don't
level?
work with a flat Earth.
No. Simply, do you believe in physics? Do you
Math-
believe in mathematics?
No,
Hold on.
I don't believe in them. I can prove water finds itself. That's physics. I can prove it. I don't have to believe in it.
Yeah, so check it out. We have a tool in reality called a water level, right? And that actually sets up a local horizontal plane, right? So all the verticals along that horizontal plane are perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So therefore the Earth can't be a ball.
Yep. Think about it, right? Water always seeks its level. 70% of the Earth's surface is covered in
water.
Yeah, how do you make a sphere out of that?
Out of flat water.
Okay, I have a question then. Why,
Think
if
about
you
it, though.
blow up?
No,
No.
He can't even answer it. He just want to go to a question now. He
Yeah,
can't
no.
answer it. He's all. You accept that, right? You
I can
accept the Earth
answer
is
it.
flat. You accept the Earth is flat, then, right?
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Then you can't move on.
So
Listen,
you
bro.
should answer that
Attracted due to
question
weight, but you're gonna
first.
question on. Okay. This is a very related question. I think it would be good to understand.
Well, do you know what a horizontal means?
I do.
Do you know what a horizontal plane is?
I do.
What is
Okay,
it?
do you know what a water level is? The tool that looks like a siphon.
I do.
Okay, awesome. And do you agree that that tool sets up local horizontal planes?
Yes.
And do you agree
right.
that all the verticals along that local horizontal plane are perpendicular to the horizontal plane?
Yes.
And
Okay,
they're parallel to
therefore,
each other.
there's no curve. Yeah. So
Dude.
all the plumbs are parallel to one another. Therefore, there's no curve.
Yeah, you just proved the Earth is flat.
No,
See?
I didn't.
Yes, don't say no. You already proved it.
Yes,
Does the
everything
surface
parallel to
of
that plane
water
is
curve?
Yeah, there's no parallel on a globe, so remember that.
Exactly,
what
dude.
when you blow a bubble in a pool, what
Wait, what?
when you blow a bubble in a pool, what causes the bubble to take a round shape? Wouldn't it be flat?
No, not at all.
Surface tension.
Why would that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
what
would
does that
that
have
be?
to do with the
We're
local
talking about
plane Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're talking about the surface of water. Okay, so the surface of still water, as me and you both established, sits
Has any
horizontal.
one of you even like studied physics or had a physics class at high school?
No.
So
They
that would be
have good principles established, but it's not like
It's okay, dude. This is called
okay.
cognitive dissonance, bro. It's okay though because we all went through it. Because when you actually take what we thought we knew for granted as truth, actually examined it with critical thinking and trying to actually prove it to yourself with your critical thinking rather than taking someone's you know claims at face value and just trusting the authority or trusting someone's credentials or trusting that they already figured it out, I don't need to worry about that, and let me just go back to my day
I only
daily
trust
9
my
to
own
5.
experiences. I only trust my own experiences.
Okay, so all right, so you already walked the line literally with the line of questioning about the water level. Okay,
Yeah.
now just think about it empirically. If you kept setting up local planes, right, like local horizontal planes, right, you're establishing that local horizontal with the water level, and you extended that outward,
Mhm.
and then you find, water seeks its level the entire way. How
It
can
wouldn't
that
follow the
work
level
on
then.
a ball? No, but how can that work on a ball? You're on a
It doesn't.
sphere, right? Exactly. There's supposed to be a drop over distance. That's the claim.
Yes, because there is.
Okay, you just say there is, but you literally just agreed with me that there isn't.
I didn't understand the question. I'm gonna be honest then, but
Do you know what a water level looks like? Right, it looks like a hose that's in like a U shape.
hold up, let me look it up real quick. I've never seen
Look
this.
yeah. Look up what it looks like so you understand what we're talking about here.
OG. I want you to be like extremely like I think that you want to be in good faith,
I
but
can
you
feel
have
it,
like a
man.
little tendency to do bad fake things. Like when I asked you what a
Amen,
water
brother.
level is,
Amen.
you said
Yeah.
you knew what the water level was.
Amen,
Now you're
bro.
looking it
Amen,
up.
brother.
So
Amen.
let's try to be good faith here. If you're actually
Amen, brother.
interested
Amen.
in
Good
engaging
faith.
with the topic.
I don't think it
Can
was
somebody send a
OG.
picture? Because
I
I
think
see
it
like
was
10 different things.
oh wait, there's two OGs. It's sharpness specifically. What'd you
Yeah.
say then?
Oh, OG Sharp.
Can somebody send an image? Because I cannot find what you are referring to.
I got you.
Yeah, a clear tube filled with water. You can make it 5 feet long, or you can make it 100 miles long. It's still going to work the same.
You
Yeah,
ever
just think about it
siphon
like this.
gas?
Is it like
Well, here, let me explain
You
it to you.
ever
I'll just
siphon gas?
you guys, let me cook real quick. All right.
Well, while you're finding this, can I ask a question?
Well, hold on. Just think. I just
Okay.
want you to.
Yeah.
You ever mess with a
Okay.
garden hose? Okay, imagine. Okay, you know a wet noodle that you use in a pool. Sharpness. Hello. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know a noodle that you use in a pool? Okay. What
Yeah.
happens? What happens when you fill that noodle with water?
The noodle's full of water.
Right. And if you kept it,
Hold the
and
I
if
don't
you
know.
kept
It
it,
slowly seeps out through the pores of the noodle.
hold
I
on,
don't know.
No, hold
hold
it.
on.
Hold the noodle underwater, the middle of it, so that the ends are sticking out, and let one end stick out of the water by 1 foot, and let the other end stick out of the water by 1 inch. What happens
Exactly.
to the water inside of it? It's level, right?
It's level.
Yeah.
But what's to prove that that water's level? What if it's all actually attracted to a center thing? It's a big enough curve that we can't tell a difference.
Yeah. What if I fart and it's the cause of gravity? Yeah. Who cares? That's not the point. The point is, like you said,
Can
what
I?
you actually
Can't make
established in
what ifs,
reality.
dude.
We're
I'm
given
gonna.
we're given specific measurements of what the globe Earth is supposed to represent, And when we test against those measurements, we're finding that it doesn't add up.
No, you are
Exactly.
all
I'm gonna share my own personal experience here. This is not like nobody told me this. I experienced this myself.
Yeah, but you said OG Sharpness, you said that you knew what horizontal was. And now you're saying maybe it's possible that horizontal curves. Before,
Yeah,
when
that's
I asked you
absolutely
what
crazy.
No, I
horizontal
thought you were.
was, did you think that horizontal could curve?
I thought you were thinking of a absolute horizontal, which is literally by definition a flat line.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
does it exist?
horizontal. That's why it's called horizontal, kid.
Yeah.
And when I
That's what
asked
we're
you all of
observing.
my questions, when I asked you all my cross exam earlier, I asked you if you knew what horizontal was. You said yes. You said, do you know? I asked you what a water level was. You said yes. And I said, do you agree that the water level sets up a local horizontal plane? You said yes. And now you're changing your story to it's not setting up a local horizontal plane.
I didn't even know what you were talking about earlier. I think I've admitted this.
Guys, just
Are you illiterate and retarded?
Yes. I'm mentally
Okay,
disabled.
then we can't engage with that. Sorry.
All right. Well, maybe your friend
Well,
Moose
dude,
here can. I doubt it.
you know we
Can I?
measured over water to determine that it is horizontal. So we're not just assuming that it's horizontal, right? We can actually check.
Yeah, you ever use a water level?
How have you ever used a water level that's miles long? Has that ever
No.
existed?
Well, what we do actually is we could take a water level that's 10 foot long and we could just keep
Yes, it's
on
called the
extending it
Panama
and extending
Canal.
it and extending it.
Yeah, it's called the
Yeah,
canal.
Or the
you know,
Suez
or all the
Canal.
locks.
Yeah, Suez Canal. That's another one. That one's open on both ends, right into the ocean, I think.
Yeah, the locks through Florida that go through Lake Okeechobee as well. Same system. All of the entire plumbing system in your area is built off of this. All houses, and think about how big your area is. All of the water in the vent pipes of the plumbing is at the same height everywhere.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just look at like the volume formula, for water inside of like a box.
Yeah.
Right. It's just length times width, bro.
This is worse than speaking to politicians, bro.
But that isn't accurate. I forget the term, but don't you have to measure from the? Wait, hold up. I'm slow sometimes. Hold up.
That's okay. Take your time. Who's that guy, Lats? Yeah. Have you used a water level before, Lats?
I have, yeah. Not one
You
that's
have.
miles long.
Okay. So in your reality, can you make any other measurement other than the local?
Yeah, we shoot a laser across water. Perpendicular to plumb.
The answer is no.
Why no?
Because if it's not in your local reality, then you can't say that you've measured it.
What? You know, if we check all water everywhere,
Yeah, how do you check
everywhere,
all water everywhere?
Yeah.
just go to any body of water. You can have something
Are
horizontal
you
above
God?
the water. You can measure it to see if the deviation is increasing. Measure the space between the laser and the water or the earth to see if the earth or the water is dropping away from the laser at 8 inches per mile squared. It's
So you're
easy.
saying that it
All you gotta
needs to
do.
drop 8 inches per mile squared over
Yes.
water.
Well, yeah. You remember the
Check your
pictures
DM.
that NASA gives you? The water's curving.
Oh,
If you
so
don't measure
that's
that
your
water to be
proof?
curving,
Hold on,
yes, if you
wait.
don't measure the water to be curving, right, then what's real?
If I can
Reality
show.
or the picture or video from NASA?
Okay, listen, if I can show you that NASA provably lies, why would you ever trust them as a source again?
Bro, you're the one using them as a
So that's
source.
what he just said.
I
That's what
didn't
they're
bring
telling
up
you.
NASA.
They're telling you that the
No,
water is
Beast.
curving.
Beast, he's saying the water isn't curving. NASA says it should be curving, and it's not curving.
Oh,
I'm telling you to measure the deviation from a laser to the water. It'll show that it's not increasing.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lash, you would
gotcha.
agree that that measurement is in your local reality, though. It's not like you went to non-local, non-reality to take it, right?
Oh, I apologize, Lats. I thought you were
Exactly.
the one that spoke up. It's this guy Landor. My bad. I apologize.
No, you're good, dude.
Yeah, Landor. Have you used a water level?
What do you define by a water level? I'm sorry, I'm not English speaker.
Oh Jesus. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna back off for a second.
All right,
I
Yeah,
back
would,
don't bring up complex things like a hose. That's
Like
that's
life
fucking
things, right?
it's insanity. It's insanity to these globers that hoses work.
Dude, you guys don't. Hey, Landor, do you know how your floor was made?
What do you, my floor?
It's funny you should say that. I
Yeah,
have to put
Ask how my
I gotta
tiles got
put a
made.
floor in my
yeah,
bathroom, and I'm putting self leveler down first, so I get a nice flat floor. And
Hi
I'm gonna
guys.
then
nice.
I'm gonna screw the
Can
then I'm
I
gonna screw the cement board down.
can I ask something?
How does that have anything to do with
You
anything?
already did. Sorry, you wasted your question.
Oh, okay, that's crazy. Let
Oh,
me
you
ask
have
another.
two questions?
All right. So, I'm sorry if my words are like really cooked because I'm a bit tired. Um, but you know when planes fly, why is it quicker to go in a curve, or I mean, which is actually a straight line, as the Earth is a
Curves are
globe?
straight lines. I gotta get this straight. So curves are straight lines.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm tired. All right.
You
Yeah.
did, you did say why is it? It's a straight line, which is a curve. You said
No,
it like
when
that, like
they
as a
let me
matter of
talk. Let
fact,
me talk.
dude. You
Let
said
me
it as
talk.
a matter of
Let me
fact.
talk. Let me talk.
Yes, you said it as a matter of fact,
Yeah,
Let me
but
yeah,
talk.
we all
Let me
know
talk.
this.
Let me talk. Let me talk.
yeah. You're saying
A
like the equator
curve on
is a
a
straight
map
line.
is a straight line.
You
But
think the
when
equator
you
is a
fly
straight
and
line? Is that right?
no, I don't.
Oh, so you think the equator is a circle?
so flight
I'm
paths
saying the wrong thing
actually
right now.
support flat Earth. So if you want to look at like if you fly from South America to Africa, why would you cross Spain on the way?
Well,
I'm
To
well,
gonna be
pick
honest.
besides,
up
I'm
your
really tired.
Spanish
I don't
friends,
know. I can't
obviously.
answer that.
To pick up your Spanish friends, duh.
hold on, wait.
Right.
Besides
Yeah.
that,
You're
you said
amigos.
planes fly in a curve or a straight line. Like, what do you know what you're talking
Like,
about, or are you reading
Yeah, they
something?
go
No, they
curve.
said
They go curve.
no,
They go
fly
I
in
mean
up.
a
like
curve. He said they fly in a curve, which is a straight line, just like as a matter of fact. You let go of a helium balloon, and it goes down to the ground.
Oh, I wish I could use that when I'm getting tested by the officer who just pulled me over for drunk driving. I did walk straight opposite. Sir, I
I'm gonna go
promise
and
you.
talk to my. I'm gonna go.
Oh Jesus. Okay, never. Landor, have you?
Because I'm a bit tired. But you know when planes fly, why is it quicker to go in a curve, or I mean, which is actually a straight line, as the Earth is a
Curves are
globe?
straight lines. I got to get this straight.
So curves are straight lines.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm tired. All right.
You
Yeah.
did, you did say why is it? It's a straight line, which is a curve. You said
No,
it like
when
that,
they
like as a
let me
matter of
talk.
fact,
Let me talk.
dude. You
Let
said
me
it as a
talk.
matter of
Let me
fact.
talk. Let me
Yes,
talk.
you said it as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we all
Let me
know
talk.
this.
Let me talk. Let me talk.
Yeah, you're saying
A
like
curve,
the equator is
on
a
a
straight
map
line.
is a straight line.
You
But
think the
when
equator
you
is a
fly
straight
and
line? Is that right?
no, I don't.
Oh, so you think the equator is a circle?
So flight
I'm
paths
saying the wrong thing
actually
right now.
support flat Earth. So if you want to look at like if you fly from South America to Africa, why would you cross Spain on the way?
Well,
I'm
well,
gonna be
To
honest.
pick
besides,
up
I'm
your
really tired.
Spanish
I don't
friends,
know. I can't
obviously.
answer that.
To pick up your Spanish friends, duh.
hold on, wait.
Right.
Besides
Yeah.
that,
Your
you said
amigos.
planes fly in a curve or straight line. Like, what do you know what you're talking about, or are you reading
Yeah, they
something?
go
No, they
curve.
said
They
they
go
said
curve.
they
They go
fly in
up.
a curve. He said they fly in a curve, which is a straight line. Just like, as a matter of fact, you let go of a helium balloon and it goes down to the ground.
Oh, I wish I could use that, and I'm getting tested by the officer who just pulled me over for drunk driving. I did walk straight, officer.
I'm
I
gonna go
promise
and
you.
talk to my. I'm gonna go and talk to my friends who actually know how to listen. All right, bye bye.
May I challenge your opinions again?
Nope.
Go right
Doing a
ahead.
very
That
good
was a
job
very
of it.
kind way of doing it.
Not me, bro. You
Alright.
lied to me.
I
No, you can
apologize.
only
Yeah, you're
challenge.
right.
You can only challenge our facts. But go ahead.
Okay.
But you're illiterate and retarded, right?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, don't be mean.
No, he said that. Go ahead, bro. We're just messing with you, but just be honest. Last chance for me.
Alrighty.
No, you have to look up something on ChatGPT. Dude, we
Yeah, give me
No,
the
challenge
no, no.
time for the prompt.
ChatGPT, bro.
This is from my own personal experience. When you're at the bottom of a building and you're watching the sunset, it goes behind the horizon line, right?
Have you ever done this, or are you just
Yes, I
reading it
have.
off some dumb
No,
shit
I've
that
done this. I've
Yeah,
done
everyone
you're
else
this.
comes in and
lying
says?
again.
Okay, so let's make sure. Let's try to all put ourselves in your example. So you're standing next to a tall building and the sun is setting.
Yes.
Okay, where are we? Are we in California? Where'd you do this?
Yeah, what's your
Where'd I
personal
do this?
experience? Where were you? Yeah, you
Philadelphia.
said your personal experience.
Give us your address.
I
Oh,
You
was
said
in
that
the
explains a
Philadelphia
lot.
sunset.
standing outside a hotel.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
so what does the building have to do with the sun setting? I'm just trying to figure this part out.
Can I talk?
The cause, obviously.
So if I watch the sunset behind the horizon line, I did this myself, and then you go up to the top of the building, you can still see the sun.
Are you
Hold on,
claiming that
wait.
the horizon is the actual curve of the Earth?
Wait, okay,
No.
listen. You just said it was
Then
my
why did
personal
you say?
experience.
Hold on, dude. Why did you just say it? If I go and it goes behind the horizon and I go up in the building, I can see it again. Are you claiming that behind the horizon, that horizon is the Earth ball?
Yes.
Oh, so you are claiming that. So it has a specific size then, right?
I don't understand the question.
That means you can do that every single time over and over again from that same place, right?
Like the horizon is always in the same place every day. Is his question.
If you're in the same place.
So if I'm in the same place on the beach every day and I look out, that horizon is always in the same place because that's the edge of the Earth ball.
You can still see the sun.
Are you
Hold on,
claiming that
wait.
the horizon is the actual curve of the Earth?
Wait,
No.
okay, listen. You just said it was my
Then why did
personal
you say?
experience.
Hold on, dude. Why did you just say it? If I go and it goes behind the horizon and I go up in the building, I can see it again. Are you claiming that behind the horizon, that horizon is the Earth ball?
Yes.
Oh, so you are claiming that. So it has a specific size then, right?
I don't understand the question.
That means you can do that every single time over and over again from that same place, right?
Like the horizon is always in the same place every day. Is his question.
If you're in the same place.
So if I'm in the same place on the beach every day and I look out, that horizon is always in the same place because that's the edge of the Earth ball.
I think there's other factors. I think that's a great
So now there's more
oversimplification.
factors than that. So going up in a building, no factors. Standing at the beach, factors.
No, I think that there's factors, but I think that
I think your personal experience is complicated, bro.
yeah, it is. It's very complicated. I agree.
Okay, so like when I was at Home Depot and someone went far away from me when I was on the ground level, I couldn't see them, and then I went up higher, and then all of a sudden now I could see them. Home Depot's a ball.
I don't think that applies over that far of a distance, but I guess if that happened to
so,
you, then you just admitted that the Earth's a ball.
So
Oh, let me
Home
guess.
Depot
Go to
is a ball.
question 3. Is question 3 about satellites and GPS?
This kid thinks that Home Depot is a ball.
No, that's what you said.
No, you said
Yeah,
if you
it
can
must
see
be the
somebody,
case, right?
if you can see somebody when they go up high, then that means Earth is a ball. You're the
No,
idiot.
that's not what I said.
OG, you're standing on a very long, straight, level road, and there's light poles every 50 feet, right?
Yeah.
And you look down the road. Doesn't it look like the lights are getting shorter and shorter the further down the road you look?
Like they're
Shorter in which way? Just like
no, like they're
smaller?
converging. They're converging towards the center.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on. So you're looking at these lights. You got one 20 feet away, and it's 20 feet tall. So looking up at the light. The next one that's 50 feet away, that light looks a little bit lower. The next one that's 50 foot down the road is lower, et cetera, et cetera. So then once you look like a mile down the road, it looks like the lights are right on the ground, right?
Yes, I would agree with that.
But let's say this is all hypothetical. Let's imagine we know for a fact this road is perfectly level over this span of whatever, 2 miles, 5 miles, whatever.
Okay.
Does that say that the earth is curving, or does that just prove that we see in 3D and there is a thing called a vanishing point?
I would agree that there's a thing called a vanishing point. I also
Okay,
agree that we see in
so
3D.
now imagine that last light that you can see, and just again for simple math, let's say it's the 20th light down the road that looks like it's on the horizon, but we get in a scissor lift and we go up 20 feet. Do you think we'll be able to see maybe 1 or 2 more lights past that last one we could see at the ground?
I do.
So does that mean the road is curved, or does that just mean vanishing point creates convergence?
Wait. I'm sorry. I think I got confused. I'm a little slow.
Okay.
Did you
So
say you
you're
you
standing
were
on your feet.
establishing that you think that things would disappear to a vanishing point on a curved road,
No, the
or on
road
a flat road?
we know for a fact that the road is perfectly level. Regardless, if you believe the earth underneath the road is curved, so what? They've made the pavement thicker and thinner where it needs to be, so that this pavement is perfectly flat for like 100 miles, okay?
Yes.
And we've got the same size light pole, evenly spaced, like 50 feet down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And just for simple math, I'm not saying this is correct, but the 20th light that you see is the last one you can see because it's like right on the horizon. But if you stand in that same spot and you get in a scissor lift and you go up 20 feet, 30 feet, now you can see 1 or 2 more lights, 5 more lights further down the
No,
road. Does that mean that the pavement's curved, or does that mean that there's convergence?
I think the only thing affecting the amount you can see on a completely flat road, hypothetically completely flat, would be obstruction of view and like your ability to perceive that far away.
Okay, then why do things get smaller in the distance? Because the Earth's curved, or because that's how you see?
Because they're relatively smaller than like.
Okay, so the thing is actually getting smaller. So like you're at your front door of your house, you walk backwards away from your house until you can cover your house with your thumb. What caused that house to get smaller?
the house didn't actually get smaller. Our perception of it got smaller.
Awesome.
Exactly.
So this thing is going to a vanishing point, would you say? Like, could you back away far enough to the point that eventually it's so small you can't resolve it with your eyes?
Yeah, and then what if you had better eyes? You could just keep seeing it.
Right.
Okay, awesome.
So earlier you were talking about ships disappearing on the horizon at the ocean from the bottom. And now here's the thing: if you watch it with your eye, and the ship disappears from the bottom all the way to the top of the mast as it gets further and further, now you take a telescope and you look where the ship was, and you can see it again. Does that mean the telescope is seeing around a curve, or you're just
No, you wouldn't be able to
extending
see
the
the ship
vanishing
again.
point? But you can.
Can you prove this?
Yes, what
Yeah,
you need to do
go
is
to the beach.
prove this to yourself at this point. So you
Yeah,
need to
this is
go
something
and
you
do
need to
this for
actually experience.
yourself because we've all experienced this.
You've looked at a ship through a spyglass and seen it go, and then looked at a
We
ship with
have
your own
to.
eyes, then through a spyglass.
Hey,
E900, but yeah.
how about you
Would-
wait 20 seconds and I'll show you something, young fellow, when it loads up. In the side chat, there's a video just about to appear called The Empty Horizon. Can you please watch the first 20 seconds only? It goes for
Yes.
11 minutes. You only need to watch 20 seconds of it. At 14 minutes past the hour. It starts off, the horizon is empty. You don't see anything. Then they zoom in, so they use a better optic, and all of a sudden the magic ship just reappears.